An object snap override is simply an object snap that overrides or supersedes any running object snap modes that you currently have set. If I right-click on the Object Snap button and choose Settings from the shortcut menu to display the Object Snap tab of the Drafting Settings dialog, I can easily see all of the current running object snap modes. For my next example, I know that I'm going to need to snap to the centers of circles, so I'm going to toggle the Center Object Snap mode on as well. Endpoint and midpoint won't affect anything that deals with circles. Neither will extension, so I can leave those turned on. There's no need to turn off object snap modes if they won't affect the geometry that you're currently working with. I'll click OK to close the Drafting Settings dialog. I'm going to erase the 3 line segments that you see here and then create them again. This line segment extends from the center of this circle to a point tangent to this circle. This line segment extends from the center of this circle to the center of this one. And the third line segment extends from the center of this circle to a point at the top or 12 o'clock quadrant point to this circle. So I'll erase those line segments and then I'll create them again. I'll start the line command by clicking the line tool in the Draw panel of the Home ribbon tab. Then I'll move my cursor near the edge of this circle. Notice that as soon as I touch the edge of the circle, AutoCAD displays the center snap glyph in the center of the circle, as well as a tooltip showing me that it has found the center of the circle. I'll click to select that point. Then I'll drag the cursor over to the right. Notice that I can also move the cursor over the center of the circle, and AutoCAD displays the center glyph and tooltip. But personally, I like to place my cursor on the edge of the object rather than at the center. That way I can more clearly see when AutoCAD is ready to snap to the center of the circle. When I see the glyph, I can click to specify the endpoint of the line. I'll press the spacebar or Enter key to end the command, and then press the spacebar to begin the command again. This time, I want to draw a line segment that goes from the center of this circle to a point tangent to the circle in the upper right. Notice that now I can hover over the edge of the circle to snap to the center of the circle, or over the line to snap to the endpoint of the previous line, which was already drawn to the center of the circle. Either one will yield the same point. I'll click to specify the first point of the line, and then move the cursor up toward this circle. Now I want to select a point on the circle to create a line that's tangent to the circle. But since I didn't select the tangent object snap as one of the running object snap modes, when I hover my cursor over the circle, AutoCAD only shows me the center object snap. Since tangent isn't one of the running modes, what I can do is right-click to display the shortcut cursor menu. Notice that in the middle of this menu is a selection labeled Snap Overrides. If I move the cursor over that selection, the menu expands and I can see all of the object snap modes. I can then select the tangent snap mode as an override. That means that it will override the current running object snap modes for the next pick I make. So by clicking on tangent, AutoCAD is now only looking for a tangent mode. So if I move the cursor near the edge of this circle, notice that it no longer finds the center. Even if I put the cursor right over the center of the circle, it will not snap to the center or the endpoint of the line because the tangent object snap is overriding the running object snap modes. So it only finds the points of tangency. If I move the cursor over this circle, notice that I can see when the tangent glyph and tooltip appear. There are actually 2 points of tangency, one on this side of the circle near the bottom, and one on this side near the top. Once the glyph appears near the point of tangency that I want to use, I can click with the left mouse button to select that point. AutoCAD immediately draws the line segment so that it's tangent to the circle. And now notice that it is no longer looking for a tangent point. The running object snap modes become active again. so that AutoCAD is looking for centers, endpoints, and midpoints. So as you can see, the object snap overrides simply override the running object snap just for the very next selection. Then the running object snap modes become active again. I'll press Enter to end the line command and then press the space bar to start it again. Then I'll snap to the end of this line, which remember is already located at the center of the circle. And then I'll move the cursor down to snap at the 12 o'clock quadrant at the top of the circle. But again, since quadrant is not one of the running object snaps, AutoCAD is only ready to snap to the center of the circle. So I'll need to use a snap override. In addition to right-clicking and then displaying the snap override's flyout, I can press and hold down the Shift key and then right-click to display a shortcut menu showing just the object snap overrides. There may be times when simply right-clicking does not display a shortcut menu, but pressing the Shift key while simultaneously right-clicking will always display the Object Snap Override shortcut menu. Now I can select the Quadrant Object Snap Override from the shortcut menu. As soon as I click on that, the shortcut menu disappears and now AutoCAD will only look for quadrant points on circles and arcs, since the Quadrant Snap mode is now active as the Object Snap Override. There are actually 4 quadrant points on the circle, one at 3 o'clock, one at 12 o'clock, one at 9 o'clock, and one at 6 o'clock. AutoCAD will snap to whichever one you're closest to. When the quadrant snap glyph appears at the quadrant point that you want to snap to, click to specify that quadrant point as the endpoint of the line. Then I can either press the Enter key or space bar, or right-click and choose Enter from the shortcut menu to end the line command.